Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do just a rather quick, hopefully, unboxing and overview of this brand new drone by Potensic. This is the D85 brushless GPS drone. Now if you're familiar with drones, you're maybe saying, well, this looks awfully familiar. Well, yeah, as far as I can tell, this is just a rebranded MJX Bugs 3 Pro. There could be some slight differences about it. That's why I'm saying as far as I can tell, but it looks like it's pretty much identical to the Bugs 3 Pro version that comes with the 5G Wi-Fi FPV, a little action camera on the bottom, as you can see 1080p here, weak signal alarm and low voltage alarm, which is Bugs 3 Pro has. That's your two-way communication. So your controller can detect low voltage or weak signal and beep at you. Got 2204 1500 kV brushless motors and of course independent ESCs on each arm. So let's go ahead and pull out the insert and get to open here, and we'll be right back to see what comes inside the box. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so inside the box we have this styrofoam. It's rather hard to pull this out. That's why I didn't actually go ahead and open it up for you guys right then and there. It's not easy to pull that out of the box. Here's your little quick start on the controls. The MJX uses this exact same thing. It's just good. Just says Potensic, and the instruction manual. Let's go ahead and open it up here. And here's the drone. It's all nicely wrapped within this in these bags to protect everything. Let's go ahead and take the drone out here. Turn it over, and yeah, this obviously looks just like a Bugs 3 Pro. Here's our brushless motors. The battery goes here in the rear. Let's go ahead and set that off to the side here. We're gonna kind of run out of room here, guys, because this is so large. Let's see, what's this? This looks like this is the battery in here. So let's go ahead and see if we can open that up. I don't know if this comes with two batteries. I'm thinking it probably just comes with one. Yeah, this is one of those proprietary batteries. It's gonna take that charger here, we'll find that in a minute, that slides down on here. I never was a big fan of that. I like the older Bugs 3 type XT30 connector because it's so much, you can use your hobby grade charger without doing any modifications to charge it. But this is a 7.4 volts, it's 2S 2800 milliamp 20C battery. Here is part of the charger. This is, I'm not going to take this out of the bag, but it's a little green and red light, USB powered. Here's your 2S charging port, but it's going to take this little adapter, which I'll find in here. This may be it right here. Yeah, this is it. This is the, I'll go ahead and pull this out so you guys can see this. This is a little bit more important. This little piece slides onto the battery. Let me show you guys. And you have to slide it down on like this. I think should go on like, there we go. And then this goes into the charger's 2S port. This is going to be it's very, very slow. Many hours to charge this using that. And unfortunately, unless you want to crack this open and try to run wires out, then you're stuck using this. I think John Coopy, my buddy John, did a mod. I don't know if it's on his YouTube or not, I can't remember, but he did a mod on, I think it was on this battery or one of the similar ones, where he did modify it for a charger. But if you're going to use the stock one, which you pretty much are going to have to unless you try to do a mod like that, it's going to be a very slow charge. Let's see what's over here. Let's see what this is. This looks like this is going to be the mount for the action cam that comes with it. That action cam broadcasts out your Wi-Fi signal. It's a 5G, so you got to have a 5G compatible 802.11ac phone to be able to pick up that. But that's a higher bandwidth signal, and it's going to provide you with a better feed and less cross interference with local Wi-Fi and with your controller. So that is good. Yeah, this is the just like the Bugs 3 Pro. The action camera mounts it here, and you can actually put any action camera, a GoPro, or a GoPro clone will go in there if you just want to use a camera and manually start recording, since it'll be better than, I'm sure, than the stock camera probably can do. But you'll lose the Wi-Fi, I think, That camera, I'm pretty sure, is all built into it. Here's the landing gear. So you just have to attach those to the bottom of the drone. And let's see, here's some spare props. Looks like the one set and your extra spare set. So you got 8 propellers, that's nice. Let's see what this is. This looks like, this is, let's see. This is a USB cable that goes from the camera into the bottom of the drone. Let's see what is this? This is, I think this is your phone. This is part of the phone. Oops, dropped it. Part of the FPV for your phone, for your FPV feed to go onto the controller. And here is the little action cam. Boy, it is really light. But I think that was a key. Using a regular, like a SJ4000 or a Yicam or a Hawkeye Firefly, which I use, a little bit heavier. And boy, they on the Bugs 3 Pro that I reviewed a couple years ago had a lot of vibrations. Now that was just the one I reviewed a couple years ago was just the Bugs 3 Pro without any camera. So that's why I'm doing this one. This one obviously includes the 5G Wi-Fi 1080p camera, and I think this one does does okay because it's so light. But on the if you put a normal action cam, which is a little bit heavier than this one on there, then it tends to it would cause a lot more jello and vibes. Here, let me grab my, just to compare. This is my Firefly 8S, which I use for all my reviews. You can see they're the same size, but I can just tell you right here, this camera is heavier. It's got a built-in battery, removable battery, and just better equipment. This can shoot all the way up to 4K at 30. So this camera, if you put one of these on, you may get a lot more jello or vibes because of the extra weight on the dampeners. But I think this one does okay. I know John on his, if you remove the battery and you powered an action camera off the USB cable, that it actually reduced the jello by a ton. And that's just because it's designed for this weight here. So if you do go with another action camera, keep that in mind, that you may want to try to power it without the battery in it, and that reduces the weight of this one of these cameras by a lot. So yeah, this is it. It takes a micro SD card here on the side. I don't believe that's included. And then here's your little micro USB cable that I had over here, and this is going to go into the side and then in the bottom of the Bugs 3 Pro to power this camera up. So and then of course allow it to record. And then on the other side here, I believe it's just the control. Here's some screwdriver fell out on me here, guys, and a prop removal tool, and just some screws, which might be for just attaching like the landing gear. And then here is the controller. Another one of these very standard MJX Bugs type newer controllers that they use. All this stuff is packaged in this bag, and it's really on here tight, so it's really kind of hard to pull these off here. Yeah, and here's your controller. I don't think those antennas are real. You got your telemetry information here. This is your headless mode. This is your GPS on and off. You want to go between GPS and ADI mode, which is just altitude hold. This is, I think, to unlock your propellers and get them going. Lots of times on MJX products, you have to do the first time, sometimes you have to do a binding thing where I think you have to like turn it on and hold this in. But if you have to do that, it's just one time, and the instructions tells you that in the quick start. Here's your auto takeoff and landing. Here's your return to home. And then here's your photo video button. I'm sure it'll be a short press photo, long press does video. And then I think it's got a couple buttons on the back. I don't know if those, let me see if these are, they don't appear to do anything. I can't push them in. So they're labeled, but I don't think they're functional because they don't press. So yeah, that's all there is to it. This controller will beep at you when it gets low battery, and it will beep at you if you're reaching a weak signal. So that's a two-way communication. The drone will limit itself. I don't think this drone will go over 400 feet in altitude anyway, which in the US is your limit on height. It does have some limitations on this drone, if I remember correctly, on how far you can fly it and how high, which is a bit unfortunate. But we'll see how it does with the included camera. You know, I think there's also a 2 or a 4K version. I think it's 2K, but don't hold me to it. But all they had in stock Potensic was a 1080p, so that's the one that I got here. Here is the little micro USB to plug in to the camera on the mount to power it up. All right, guys, so that's pretty much everything for this unboxing and overview. There will be an app. I'm sure it's Potensic, but it may just be like a rebranded MJX app. But I'll go over that and record that with the screen recording when I actually get out of the flight review. It's gotten really cold and windy, so I'm not going to be able to get this up in the air for at least a few days. So I wanted to at least go over this part with you guys, let you see what you all get, and we'll come back and as soon as I can and do the flight review on this, and then I'll go over the app and screen record it, and we'll do some onboard footage, and of course see how it flies. So stay tuned for that, guys, and in the meantime, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate the subscriptions. Click the bell so you know when I upload new videos, because it's so easy to forget to click the bell and then you don't know I uploaded videos and you missed a bunch. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day.
The power of the dark side.